Hi guys, Candy Toy Box here. Today you will need red and white pony beads, scissors, a lighter, a needle, and a few feet of string. And what I did was I cut my string in half. So we're going to have two separate parts and then we will connect them later. So we're going to start with the top part. So I have this piece of string. And we're just going to put on white beads. So you're going to put on two white beads and just let those fall. We're going to add another one, but this time both strings will go through. We're going to add one on each side. One that goes through both. One on each side. One that goes through both. One on each side. One that goes through both. And then this is our last row, one on each side. This time we're going to hold this end and pull the other string. And you're just pulling this down and pulling this string. And then you can pull all these beads and tie this. You're going to cut the small end off. Put your needle on. And we're going to take the needle and we're going to go through this white bead here. We're going to add a white and go through the bead that's sticking out. Another white, go through the bead that's sticking out. Another white one, go through this bead. Another white bead and go through this one. You're going to flip this. Grab a white and go through the bead that's sticking out. Add another white, go through the bead that's sticking out. Okay, this is going to get a little tricky here. This is our last bead we're going to add for this row. This time we're going to go down this bead and down this one. So we went down both of these beads. You're going to pull this tight. Now you're going to go up these two and then down this one. So we went up these two and now we have to go down. Flip this over. This row will be white and you're going to go through the beads that are sticking out. You're going to flip this over. And we're going to add white. This will be the last row of white. Our last white. You're going to go down these two. You're going to go up these two and down this one. Flip it over Now we're going to add red. Okay, this time we're going to go down these two white, up this white, and then down the red. So you're just finding a way to weave around to come down through this red bead to start the next row. We're going to add red, another red, another red, flip it over. We're going to add a red and go through this bead. And we're adding a red. You're going to go down this red and this white. You're going to go up these two and then down this one. This row will be red. Flip it over. Add red. Add another red. We're adding a red. We're going down these two, up these two, and then down this one. Flip it over. I'm going to add a red. Add another red. Flip this over. We're going to add red. So we added our last red. We're going to go down these two. Up these two. Well, you know what? You can do these two. These two right here. Now we have, well, here, I'll show you. We have this part finished. We're going to set that aside and get our second piece of string. Okay, we're going to add, just like we started with the white, we're going to do this a similar thing, but with red. So you're going to put on 2 beads, let those fall. You're going to add a red, but both strings will go through. Red on both sides. Red that goes through both. Red on both sides. Red that goes through both. Red that goes on both sides. Red that goes through both. Red on both sides. I think we need 11 rows. Let me double check. Yeah. Okay, so we need 2 more. A red that goes through both and red on both sides. Hold this end and pull the other string. pull those tight, and then tie this. And to double check your rows, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. So you'll count to make sure that you have 11. Yep. So we're going to put our needle on, and we're going to go through this red. We're going to add a red. And you're always going through the bead that's sticking out here. I mean, you can see where the bead's going to go. Flip it over. Okay, this is our last bead for this row. This time we're going to go down these two. Up this one, and then down this one. Flip this over. We're going to add a red and go through this bead. Okay, so that's what this side looks like. Now we need to, well, let me flip this over. Maybe it'll be easier to see. We're going to go up these two right here. Down these two, and then up this one. We're just making a path to get through this bead here. This row is red. Flip it over. We're going to add red, another red, another red, another red, it's our last bead for this row. We're going to go down these two, we're going to go up these two, and down this one. We're going to add one, and then we're going to skip adding a bead here, so you'll go through these two. Now you're going to add 3 red for this row. Now we need to backtrack all the way over here. So you're going to take your needle. We're going to go down all these beads here. You're going to go down these two. You're going to go up these two. You're going to go through these two. And then you're going to go through this red. So what we just did is we took our string and went all the way around to come out of this bead. And now we're going to add a red and go down this. So come around. And now you can go through these two. Oh, it got twisted up. So we went down this bead. We're going to go down this one and this one. Okay, now we're going to tie this one. You know what? I was going to cut that off, but I think I'm going to use, because we only have a little bit left over here, I'm going to use this to connect our pieces. So we need to weave up here. Okay, we're going to go down this one. So we went down these two, and now we're going to go up these two. And you see how that lines up? It might be easy if you fold it like this. And you're going to go back and forth. So this bead's sticking out over here. Yeah. You're just going to crisscross back through the beads that are sticking up. And you might want to tighten it as you go along. And then this is our last bead here. You can take your needle off, and you want to make sure you get that tight. And what I'm going to do is put this string through this bead and tie both of these. Okay guys, you know, looking at this is my first time making this. I think that maybe it would look a little cleaner if we don't add this last bead. I mean, either way it looks fine, but I was pushing it back and I think that maybe that looks a little bit better. I mean, I know it's a small detail, but I'll leave it up to you. So if you choose not to use this bead, then you would just skip that last step here. But it's up to you. And you can turn this into an ornament for your tree or a necklace, a cuff. There's a lot of different things you can do with this little thing. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll see you next time.